So let's get started on working on this little Marlo Flip Barbie. Now, I purchased a doll lot on eBay that had a bunch of grungy, dirty dolls.
I can't wait to die.
And the seller was very adamant to tell me, which is a very nice seller, that all the dolls are in various forms of condition and they're, you know, TLC dolls.
And I don't mean this kind. I mean this kind.
And to be honest with you, like, I didn't care about the other dolls because the only thing I cared about was this one. And if you look at her, she is a Marlo Flip twist and turn Barbie from 1969 to 1971.
And Marlo Flip is actually a term used by collectors. She didn't come out with that name. Collectors call her that based on her hair flip style, similar to Marlo Thomas from her iconic show, That Girl, which is so cute because Barbie to me is truly that girl. You could also see this hairstyle in Mary Tyler Moore's first season, The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
And she has a very nice little light blonde hair color, but if we travel on down, and I'm hoping this isn't mold, but my luck, probably it will be. Now, all the dolls in that lot were kind of grungy. Like I said before, like they smelled really bad. They really weren't the nicest Barbies, and this was one of the videos that I was going to work on and I uploaded it onto my CapCut, but since CapCut is, you know, well, was no more, it just erased all of my projects like through a glitch, and I've still not been able to recover them. The video of me actually receiving this doll is long gone. Life happens, but you know what we're going to do today is we're going to do a tutorial on how to style the Marlo Flip hairdo. Now, this doll, we're very blessed because she's gorgeous. Like, there's nothing I have to really do to her face-wise except for give her back some color, but she has beautiful blush. She has high colored makeup. She looks absolutely wonderful. I can't really get over her. But yeah, this doll was bought and I really don't think she was used all too much, which is, you know, sad for her because, you know, she never got to be really played with, but great for us because, you know, she's going to be a quick and little easy project.
Oh, that's marvelous.
So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get this hot water on and make her a little frothy bath, and then we're going to get to scrubbing.
Shall we begin?
Now that the water is nice and hot, I went ahead and I'm just going to dunk my Barbie in it while we're getting a fresh stream of water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dish soap on her directly, and I'm just going to lather that into all of her tresses if I can. I'm going to get into her hair and such. I can't wait to tackle this doll because I think she's going to turn out really beautiful. We're going to take the toothbrush. We're going to go ahead and get it damp. We're going to go into our baking soda solution. And what I like to do is I like to put majority of it right there for whenever I need it. But I'm going to smear some on her face. And I'm just going to let it sit there for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and get the back of the head too. Okay. And I'm just going to start scrubbing on her body. I'm going to start with the arms. And I'm not going in a back and forth motion. I'm going in little circular motions up and down. I'm going to go ahead and just work on this doll. Now, I do know that I've made like tutorials like this like several times. I feel like every week I'm doing this, but this is for all of the new viewers that I do get, the new subscribers that do come, because sometimes people watch my videos for like uber specific needs. And I know one of you has been asking me to do a Marlo Flip Barbie for quite some time. And I've had this doll just waiting, but other projects have come up before her, and I have to do stuff for work. So sometimes the projects that I do have to be in the background and wait a bit so that way I can make some extra money, as this doll is a doll that I'm going to keep. There you go. We're gonna start the face now. You can go gentle on the face. If you see like any paint smearing or fading, be careful. The sealant might be weak at that point, so you might not want to scrub super hard. I'm just going to go in little circular motions. I'm going to be careful of the lip area, the cheek area, and of course the eyebrow area. We're just going to go around and do a little light brush because that's honestly all this face needs. Don't forget about the back. So I'm going to go ahead and dunk my toothbrush back in the baking soda. I'm going to start on one side. And I really hope, again, that these aren't mold stains, because if they are, they're going to be a bitch to get out. When you have stain removal on a mod doll, because the doll's vinyl is dyed after it's poured, it will just come out bleached and it won't look right. So again, like if these are actual mold stains, which looks like they are, folks, it sucks.
Wah, wah, wah.
Let's look at the bottom of the feet. Don't want them dirty. So now we're going to dunk our doll in and we're going to see quite the transformation. Ooh, this water got really murky real fast.
A witch!
Oh, but there we go. Look at that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the dish soap over her again. And we're just going to scrub with the dish soap. That way we can go into all her nooks and crannies and get rid of any excess baking soda that is caked on her right now. After that, I'm going to use a moisturizing conditioner and put that in her hair. And then I'm going to give her hair a good brushing. And then after, we are going to start working on her stain removal. And then we'll also do her hair.
And that's the end of that chapter.
So I went ahead and popped off her head because we really don't need the head on the body for this step. Taken out of context, that sentence is really weird. But as you can see, she does have some mold staining right there. I was just hoping like this was just caked on dirt, but it's totally not. In a previous video, I used this Removes It stain remover. I really liked it. It got out the mold stains of a Peach Pretty Barbie's legs real quick. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need some saran wrap. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna twist off this cap here, boom, and I'm gonna take a Q-tip and I'm gonna go into the product itself. I'm not gonna use my hand. This stuff smells really bad. Don't do it. And I'm just going to put it on these spots. If you don't have Removes It, you can use other products, like you can use some acne cream. That'll do a trick. You could use peroxide, like for your hair. You can make that into a paste. Again, when you do this kind of stuff, it is going to strip the color away from the doll's legs. But again, that is up to you to make that decision. Do you want to have a doll with moldy legs or bleached legs? Okay, so after you feel like you got all the spots on your doll's legs, what you're going to do simply is you're just going to wrap them. And I like to start on one end over here and wrap them. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the arms up. Fold under and wrap. Okay, so it's gonna look like this, and you can leave this in the hot sun if you're able to, or if you don't have hot sun, you can leave it under a heated lamp. Now, this is gonna react due to the heat and UV rays. So again, this would work best in the sun. And after it's done, we can unwrap it and then we can rewash the body. So as we wait for her body to get the stains out, we're gonna start to recolor her head. If you would like to see a tutorial on how I recolor and also a link where you can buy some chalk pastels for your own, just look like this. You know, I went to Hobby Lobby, that is Master's Touch. You can get any chalk pastel as long as it has some good pigment. This pigment is very strong. If you do get it a little bit too strong, you don't like it, you could run it under the tap water and that will dilute it a bit, or you can just use rubbing alcohol and then that too will get rid of it as well. So since it is straight pigment, it is going to stain your doll's vinyl. If you are cautious about your doll's vinyl and like doing anything to it, then you are more than welcome to skip any step like that. I personally like to do it. I like to layer it on just a little bit thicker, as they do tend to fade a little bit, and whenever they fade to be really beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Again, if you would like to see a tutorial, I'm going to leave it down in the description below, so that way you can, check it out and check out some other restorations as well. So since I've been making these restoration videos, you've probably seen me pull out one of these little plastic cellos, and I keep getting asked all the time like where you can buy these, but I don't buy them. I actually make them myself out of Ziploc bags. So if you would like to learn how to make one, continue watching.
It's whack-a-doodle time. It is whack-a-doodle time.
So you're gonna get a old Ziploc bag or a new Ziploc bag, basically any bag that you are not planning to use. And what we're going to do is we're gonna cut out thin strips and then we're going to bond the plastic together. It's very easy. So this is like how to keep your dolls in order if you like to put them in storage from time to time, or if you like to restore them for clients and you need their bangs to look nice and all of that like I do. So I'm going to cut off each end of the plastic bag as we don't need it anymore. There we go. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to cut this side. Now again, you can make this whatever length you want, so it can fit with any one of your fashion dolls. So this could be used for Tammy, Lika Chan, BJDs, any doll with hair this could be used for. So you could make this any size you want.
Oh, that's nice.
With the plastic cellos, you can decide whatever length you want it to be as far as like the width. You could make it a big one, you could make it a small thin one, you could make it a medium-sized one like this. I like to go for these medium-sized ones. So I'm going to go and place mine right here along the side of it. And now I'm going to cut. So I'm just going to cut like so. Okay, and there we go. We have our strip. So you might be wondering, how do we bond this together? So you're gonna go ahead and size it. So look at the one that you have right here. I'm gonna look at my reference right here, but really all you have to do is put this around the doll that you want to use it for. So say for instance, we wanted to use it for this doll right here. We would go along the back and then we would see where it would end. So it would be like right here. So since I've already have one made and I do like the size of it, I'm just going to use it, but that's in case you want to measure up for your special doll. So it's going to be right here. Now you can use any type of heat tool for this. I'm going to use a old iron that I just no longer use anymore. Place that right there, the hot metal part, and then pull up. And that's really all that there is to it. It is that easy. Just be careful not to burn yourself. And then whenever you lift up, what do you know? You have a cello ready to be used on a doll. And again, like you can make however many of these that you want. I'm going to make quite a few as I'm running low as it is, because sometimes they do break. But now if one breaks on you, you know exactly how to make a new one, and now you know how to make them. So that way your dolls can stay flawless even when you're not displaying them or using them. I hope you find that little tutorial very handy. So let's get started on doing her hair. As you all can see, she's on a body donor right now. She's on a standard Barbie body, and that is because her legs, they're still getting that stain removal treatment. So with the Marlo Flip Barbie's hair, usually you will find that her spit curl has like receded into her hair itself, but usually you can always find it relatively easy. Like there it is. See? right there. Now with this doll, it looks like her hair that was thatched to go over here has gone this way. So what we want to do is we want to put it right back where it's supposed to go. All right, so now we can really see what's going on here. We can go and grab our little spit curl, which you can see is not really curled anymore. And a good hack for getting, like say that you have bangs that are inside of long bits of hair, backcomb. Backcombing always works because it gets that hair untangled. See, now it's all untangled. I'm gonna keep backcombing. There we go. Okay. So now I feel like we've got a considerable amount for our cute little spit curl. We're going to brush this out over here. Keep our spit curl right in the center. Brush out the other side of the hair right over here. So to keep all the hair right where I want it, go ahead and just brush it. Put it right where it needs to be. Okay. And go ahead with your cello and put it right on top. Now before you put it over everything, go ahead and just brush around. Frame that face as best you can. And you can go in and you can start to form that spit curl. And to do that, we're going to move some things around under here. There you go. Again, like this is just going to be a lot of moving things around, putting things back where they once were, that type of stuff. If that stuff does not tickle your pickle, probably getting a Marlo Flip that has messy hair is probably not for you. Fun fact, I've actually always had a Marlo Flip twist and turn Barbie in my collecting years. It was one of the first Barbies that I actually got whenever I was in 5th grade. It was actually one of the first Barbies that I got when I first started collecting in 5th grade. It was a TLC one. I can't remember exactly other than the fact that half of its face was gone, like face paint wise. It had no lashes. And it was clearly a struggle. So with this curl, you're going to push it inside that cello right there. We're going to slowly bring it down. We're going to push it back up inside that cello. Okay, so you will get a curl that looks an awful lot like this. And I know it's kind of hard to see because she's blonde and there's a glare, but that is what we're going for. We're going for a little tiny spit curl just like that. You can go in and form it and make it even cuter, but that is what we're going to do there. So now that we've got our little spit curl formed, we can go ahead and start forming the rest of our Marlo Flip hair. So I'm going to separate this into 3 sections. I'm going to go behind the ear right here and make one of my sections. And I'm going to do that. Go ahead and just like follow the form of the face. And when you find the ear right there, pull it back. So you will have 3 sections. So you've got this back section, and then you've got your 2 side sections. So you can start on whatever side you want. And you don't have to do this. Like honestly, like if we look at her hair right here, and if we just form that up, check that out. It's already a loose Marlo Flip, but I'm going to go ahead and just recurl it so that way it looks all sparkly and new. So I love doing that. I love giving them life again and then playing with them and dressing them up, and then occasionally they'll have to just start all over. Gonna take a perm paper that I made out of paper towel, which you can go out and get like actual perm paper, so you don't have to use paper towel. By the way, I'm just cheap and I like to be resourceful when I can. Okay, there you go. Just brush up whenever you have it in there. That way all the curls are going to the same area. We're going to take the curlers that I purchased on Amazon, which I will leave a link in the description down below. Nothing that I leave in that description, by the way, is affiliated. That is just to help you all have the same materials, so that way you will have these closest to the same results as what I'm doing right here. Okay, so we've got one side done. Just rinse and repeat, my friends. And once you have the perm paper on, you can go ahead and curl it up. And then boom, you will have your curls. Now I'm going to do the same to the back, and then I will meet you all again with the boil wash. So check out these results from that stain treatment. Now this has been on the body for majority of the day, so probably about 8-9 hours. And I could see results within the first hour, to be honest with you, but these are pretty set in. You can see that it did bleach one section of the leg, but I would have assumed that it would be way worse. The bleaching would be way worse than just that. I didn't leave it on there all night long. I want to be able to monitor it, and I've been monitoring it all day, so if I'm asleep, obviously I can't. So it looks like Remove Sit is pretty useful whenever it comes to set in stains. Now again, if I had left it on there longer, like throughout the night, I probably would have woken up and it would be completely gone. However, probably the color would be completely gone too. I just really wanted you all to see the results, because I find something like that extremely satisfying, especially since with the OxyClean and with peroxide, I don't get results like these, like, you know, immediately throughout the first day. It usually takes a couple days for something like that to come out, especially with how severe it was. But I mean, it just looks a little bit spotted, which I can deal with that because the doll's old. But yeah, I just got super excited and I wanted to show you all the results. Let's get to the boil wash now. Marlo Flip Barbies, to my knowledge, all have saran hair, which means they can all be boil washed and boil permed. So I'm gonna do the same thing I do every time I have a nice little perm going on. I'm going to douse it right on there. The electric kettle is a game changer, okay? It gets all of the water evenly hot, and it just does a better job than any microwave has ever given me. So I'm telling you, it is responsible for styles that last. So I'm going to take my diluted gel, which I make using a squirt of Got to Be Glued, just this stuff right here. I do a little dollop of that, and then I fill it up with water. I shake, 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 and then I get a diluted gel. And I just like to douse that on any of the spots that I want to stay curled or just stay nice and pretty.
Tomorrow.
Okay, it's time to do her hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the curlers and the perm papers. Boop. Okay, This one's stuck in there. Hello. Hello. Okay. Boop. All right, so I'm gonna take my rat tail comb. I'm just gonna start brushing. I'm gonna start brushing down. And the reason I start brushing down is because I want this to look very smooth, very cute. A lot of times you'll find them in the box. Like, you can find it in box examples and their hair doesn't look perfect. So like, the goal is not for them to look perfect. Now I'm gonna go down here in the back and I'm just gonna separate it right here. And then we're gonna start blending this hair in with this hair. So we're going to take your finger, put it under the curl like this, and just shape the hair. This is called training. I'm going to train that hair to go up like so. And then take the rat tail part of your comb, then bring it down. And there you go, see? There's one side done. So let's go to the other side, right over here. Okay, brush up. Take your rat tail comb, go right here. Okay. Now we're going to go to the back right here. Okay. And there we go. Now it might look a little bit funky right now, you see? What I'm gonna do now is I'm not gonna leave it like this. I'm going to take some thread that matches the hair color pretty well, and I'm going to cut the thread, and then I'm gonna wrap it. So like you see, like where the head meets the torso, I'm just going to piano wire it basically underneath the neck rim so you can't see it from the front. And then I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna tie it in the back. Just like this. And there we go. Then we're gonna cut off the excess. There we are. Okay, and there you are. Now you've got your little Marlo Flip. And here Barbie is all done. We'll give her a little 360. I put her in her original swimsuit. This doll would have come in 3 different types of swimsuits. You have this one right here, which is so beautiful. It's this lovely knit. And then you have a nylon tricot one, 2 of them. You've got a pink one, and then you have one that's got like some psychedelic prints. The first version of the Marlo Flip Barbie will come in this swimsuit right here. The next version will come in a nylon tricot pink swimsuit with a white flower on top. And the other one will be a more psychedelic print, and that is going to be for your later Marlo Flip dolls. They are so beautiful, I think. It just shows you how versatile this head is. And I absolutely adore this swimsuit. I would wear this swimsuit. I love it. And I got so lucky with this doll because she is so beautiful. And I'm just so happy to have her in my collection. Now, of course, we have the Marlo Flip. And then we also have the first version of the twist and turn. Here's a fashiondoll. And you can see just how different they look just based off of the hairstyle alone. Now this hairstyle was available in 1967 to 1968, and this one right here available from 1969 to 1971. And if you would like to see an updated version of how to restore a twist and turn Barbie, just let me know down in the comments and I will do that for you. This doll turned out absolutely stunning, and I knew when I saw her in that auction that I could really work some magic with her. The Marlo Flip Barbie will hold a special place in my heart always as being one of my first vintage Barbies that was actually my own. And although my original Marlo Flip Barbie is gone, this one perfectly exudes her essence. And I cannot wait to dress her up in some of my favorite fashions. Anytime I look at my collection, I just am gobsmacked. I just become so lucky and so fortunate to be able to own some of these beautiful dolls. And I'd also say I'm just as lucky to have met all of you. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.
Everybody's talking Barbie talk.
Barbie and all her friends have new outfits.
Barbie talk about her new clothes.
Look at Stacy's shiny hose.
Barbie talk about gowns like those.
This wedding gown has white fur.
Barbie talk is going all around. just begun.
Get